Welcome back. Last time Neil saved us from certain death, and then immediately turned around and condemned us to certain death by crashing his plane straight into the ocean. Of course, everybody got out safely in parachutes, except for Lily, who turned into a flower and hid somewhere. Which is probably the smartest thing to do, because what the fuck is going on? This is the Seaside Palace. It's... well, you wouldn't be wrong if you called it a throwaway area. There's not a whole lot important here that goes on, except everybody gets turned into ghosts, and there are enemies that you can't kill or hurt, and it's kind of like a dungeon, but it's not really. Seaside Palace is very strange. It's got 3 red jewels, it's got enemies, but it has no boss, and you can't power up off of any of the enemies, even the ones that you can kill. As we progress through the palace, we'll be treated to some interesting snippets of plot that never appear again, courtesy of a mysterious voice that is never really explained. To our left is Eric. Eric has this thing about the whole wanting his mother to save him and feeling like he's in the womb. Eric's kind of weird. But that could be forgiven, because here's the second red jewel. And that's not even the last one, there's still one more. But this is the last easy one to find. In reality, the Seaside Palace really isn't that big, but it's easy to get lost in because every corridor looks exactly the same, and it has a bunch of staircases that go up and down. And every once in a while you get the skeleton that you can just walk through and there's no contact damage. And it's just... it's just weird. Very empty, too. Except for... oh, there's Lily. Unlike everybody else, she isn't a ghost. Good plan. The smart thinking that kept Lily from becoming a ghost in the first place, namely not being involved at all in that last cutscene with the plane crashing into the ocean and the parachutes. She follows it up with, you know what, I'm just going to hide for the entire rest of this area. Very bright. Anyways, to progress... we have to follow the cryptic hints of the strange voice that's never fully explained, and find the Purification Stone. One thing I actually really like about the Seaside Palace is that it's more like the Undersea Palace. As you can see by looking just out the window, you're very clearly underwater, unlike the Great Barrier Reef or something. Coffins, huh? That makes sense, if there's vampires. Except I'm not really certain that going into the coffin is a very good idea. You never know what might come out. See, you never know what might come out. We just randomly found the thing that the voice told us to go look for. Now all that's left is to go find the fountain that is constantly producing demons and purify it. But there's also another chest to get. You might have noticed that there were a lot of enemies on that radar before. But there was also a chest, and that was it. Alright, now we have everything we can possibly actually get from this place. Despite the fact that there are enemies, and you can count them on the radar, the force indicator wasn't there or glowing, so we can't power up at all. In this room we find the remaining members of our party. They, don't have many things to say. Even though we can't power up at all, we could still collect some dark gems, if we really wanted to, and grind for lives for Moo. It might be a good idea if I was planning on dying at all. This room is actually pretty creepy, in a cool kinda H.R. Geiger kind of way. Very organic compared to the rest of the palace. Okay, well, I'm not really sure what just happened there, but oh hey, it's people! That's right, all the skeletons and other enemies were actually people. And some of them have some interesting things to say. She's not one of them. That's just weird. Nice to see a slave trader get his comeuppance. Not like we ever had anything to do with, you know, terrible things that guy did. Note that those two, while it seems like they're talking about each other, they actually aren't. They're talking about the vampires, who will also be the bosses of the next dungeon. Wonder what they could be looking for. Maybe it's the same thing we're looking for. I'm afraid that I would have had to cave his skull in with a flute if we came later. Good info. Good info. Now this is the one hallway in the entire place that we haven't already gone. Fortunately, it happens to be the one where the key to Moo is found. Alright, so now all we need to do is get back to the gateway to Moo, which is the door that we started in front of when we first came to this place. Now a quick look around for our party reveals that they're all gone now. Not even there in ghost form. Eminent domain, bitches. Yeah. Alright, so... yes, back up to the top. We will top off our health because I took some shameful damage from some gray blob things. And we'll be out of here. Now, I really like the graphic for the key to the Seaside Palace. I like how it's in a little orb of water. That's very cool. You're not making me feel more confident about this, Lily. Does it go clear there? Why, yes, it does. And we will take on this Phantom Land next time.